Hello. Whew. It has been a while. Wow. I'm going to turn the car off really quick. Whew. It has been a while. It's hard to believe that it's already been like, what, 2.5, 3 weeks or something like that. And since my last post, my last video that I've sent out to everyone. And, goodness. I'm I'm reminded right now of just how much has transpired in that time, both in my world and in the external world. How much has taken place over the last 3 weeks or so. I mean, I've had three of the more significant events, at least in the recent months of my life, in the recent years, I'm more like of my life, um, all take place within the last few weeks. Um, I'm not even going to try to go into the detail of all of them. I mean, the one of them I had sat with and talked about a little bit, and that was the fact that I was going to be sitting with ayahuasca for the first time. Um, Another one that I may talk about at some point um, was being in a being in someone's life during their final stages of life, during their transition over to the other side, during their death process. Um, Reconnecting with um, a family member that I had not spoken with in over 2 years. Um, yeah, a lot is taking place right now. So I honestly right now I may get to some of that stuff. I may talk about some of that stuff, and actually I do want to. I want to talk about some of those things, but right now I'm not going to try to play catch up over the last few weeks. Like, I had made a commitment to a couple friends yesterday that I was going to post again today, that I was going to put another video out, that I'm ready to get back on that daily consistency that I had. And right now, here is the end of the day, and I'm like, you know what? I just want to speak what's alive for me right now. That's all that matters. I'm not going to try to to make up lost time. I'm not going to try to make up ground for the time that I missed out on over the last few weeks. And that plays perfectly into what is alive for me right now, and that is just being real and authentic and present with what is. That is it. Because that is a gateway to us being able to allow more love into our hearts. I just had a phenomenal conversation and drop in with a very, very dear friend of mine. And that was, of all of the wisdom that came through that conversation, of which there was much, the main point that came through was embodying and opening to more love. That's it. There are many important things that we can do in this life, but I think that that may indeed be the most important thing. It's the reason why it is spoken about in so many songs, in so many poems, why it is the central theme for so many stories across time and memoriam. It is love. And what does that feel like to actually step into it and open more to it? Try to feel it in your body. Like, open up your chest, open up your heart, literally, physically, to allow more love into your life. Like the body is such a powerful gateway. It's here for us. We can access so much through this body. And one of the areas where we are the most closed down in our entire body, it's not in our mind, it's not in any of these other places, it's our hearts. So just, gosh, take in a deep freaking breath. Open your heart, literally expand your chest. Try to like crack open your ribs or something like that. And just feel the feeling of allowing more love into your life. everything else that we think that we want has to have that as the foundation. Establish a relationship with God and you will have access to more love. Step in to loving and showing your devotion to God more and more every single day. I happen to be at a place in my life where I'm actually very, very surprised that I am feeling Christ. I'm very, very surprised about that. I was not expecting that. I was not seeking that necessarily. I was open to it, but I was open to a relationship with God, however it wanted to show itself to me. And I honor other people on their paths. I honor other people, whether they're of a different religion, like Hinduism, whether they're like doing the New Age thing or anything like that, Buddhism, like an all different manner of that. I fully honor every person's path because I don't claim to know all of the answers that we have. I don't claim to know all of what how we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to show up in this world or anything like that. I'm not going to try to be here saying that everybody needs to follow this path or that path or this one. But I am finally at a point for myself that feels very, very true of opening to God in a way that I had never expected, and that was through Christ. Oh my God, it's so wild for me to even be like saying that outward to anybody. Because that's another one of the massive things that just happened to me here over the last few weeks is I had a full awakening experience to the beauty and purity of the love of Christ and what that actually feels like in your body. Actually sitting right here in this seat, and I was driving a friend to the airport, and it was a airport that was a long ways away. We were talking for like 2 hours, and he happens to be a very, very Christian human being, but this is a man who's walking the path, and I've been opening to it. I've been feeling it. I've been seeing whether or not it felt resonant, and on this day, in this moment, it took me over. Are there going to be trials ahead? I am absolutely certain of that. Are there going to be mountains to climb and rivers to ford? I'm almost certain of that. But I feel a deeper sense of peace within myself than I can ever remember having. A peace and a sense of purpose. A much, much greater sense of purpose to how I'm supposed to show up in this world. All these different gifts that I have, like I know that singing is a part of my journey. I know that song and sharing those songs is definitely part of my path. I know that speaking is part of my path, as evidenced here. This is something that I want for myself and I desire to have. But now I feel like I have a deeper sense of why, of purpose. I feel like I want to talk about everything. Like there's a lot of different things that I'm interested in. there's a lot of different things that I'm connected to up here. Like there's a lot of different subjects, world issues, politics, so many different things that draw my fascination. But now it's understanding the center point of all of it is now a relationship with God, a relationship with Christ. Wow. I'm still in awe of those words coming out of my mouth. Wow. 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 There is a real joy that's here that I can't even put into words. So I'm not going to try anymore to put into words what I'm feeling in this moment. I'm just going to let it be at that and say thank you very much for being with me and for listening to me and tuning in to this video. And I'm looking forward to continuing to share my path and share my voice and share what is coming into my mind and my heart. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you more and more through this medium. I love you wherever you are. I love you. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye bye.